Use thoughts to supersize your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today our topic for supersizing, growing, scaling, building, whatever you want to call it, growing your business, creating the business that you love and want, and the impact that you want to make in the world, starts with our thoughts, right? If I look around myself at everything and anything in my purview, anything I can see, everything started with an idea. Whether you know this or believe this or not, trust me, it's true. It's a universal law. Everything starts in someone's imagination, or someone has an idea, which is usually in our imagination. They visualize that, they think about it, and then they take action, or somebody else takes action to create that thing in the world around us. Every product, every service, every business, every person, guess what? Each and every one of us were created from an idea that somebody wanted to procreate. So today, what we are doing is we are paying attention to those thoughts. We're not going to judge them. We're not going to criticize them. We're not going to make fun of them. We're not going to do anything but notice them and become aware of them today. And as we think something repeatedly, those are the ones we want to capture and write down today, because we're going to use those tomorrow in tomorrow's topic and tomorrow's action item. But today our action item is just simply become more aware of your thoughts and what you're thinking. And if you don't know, if you're not really able to tap in and think about what you're thinking and then write it down, pay attention to the results you're getting in every area and aspect of your life. Your results right now show you exactly what you're thinking. So if you don't have the money you want, the relationships you want, the level of health and vitality and energy that you want, that's a place to start looking to pay attention to your thoughts. Since we're talking about business and how we grow and build and supersize our business here, we want to especially pay attention to our thoughts about our business. Do we think our business is hard or fun and easy? Do we think our business is challenging, super duper competitive, dog eat dog? Guess what? We get different results if we have those thoughts playing over and over and over in our head. Because guess what happens if we're worried about the competition? All we do is start noticing how the competition is different. I'm not going to say better, but different than we are. And some of those differences, guess what? They're probably over there looking at your business and saying, oh my gosh, they're doing this so well. Because nobody knows anybody else's actual inside story of how things work, how they're going on. Unless you, and I learned this in corporate America, until you work on an organization on the inside, you got no idea how they actually do things, how they make decisions, how they've got things set up, what kind of systems they have, what kind of culture or communication and things they have. There are telltale signs of what kind of culture a business has if you're aware enough to know to look for those things. I will admit, my first couple jobs out of college, I was not aware enough to think about, I asked questions about it, but I didn't really understand the impact of what the actual culture in every little ecosystem that's involved in a super duper large business is. And if you fit into that ecosystem and that culture well, if you're a good flow and match with that, your career goes really, really well there. If you're not, then either you choose to move or you are removed from that culture. I learned that over a couple of experiences in my career, in my life early on after I got out of college. But today, we need to understand that we create the culture in our organization. It starts with us. Everything starts with the top. You know, people try to argue with that because, the people that are actually doing the work are the ones that are hands-on doing the work. But the truth is, everything flows from what the upper echelon of your organization, and it might be just you, prioritizes, focuses on, makes important, rewards people for, etc. So today, I've already got it prepped in my little handy dandy annual challenge notebook, the thoughts that pop up for me. And I will confess that I'm actually working on some of these because I have uncovered and discovered by becoming more self-aware that I still have some blocks in areas that just don't make any sense. I mean, logically, they make no sense, but they're still there, so I can choose to let them go and release them. And there's a whole process for that. All right, write down your thoughts, the thoughts that you're noticing most frequently and often. Thoughts about anything with respect to your business. Again, do you think that you have to hustle? Do you think you have to do everything in your business? I had a business. I used to actually believe and think that I had to have my hands involved in every little aspect and area of that business. And it was exhausting, right? Because that wasn't the only thing I was doing. So it's important not to judge, but just to capture and notice What are the thoughts you're thinking? Share in the comments below if you have an aha or an epiphany that comes out of this exercise. I suspect if you actually do it, you will. I almost can guarantee you will. All right, have an amazing day. If I can help, ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.